This is the Ivory suite on the Ventura. It's kitted out like a chapel because it's used for weddings. So it looks like a chapel. Now this suite is directly above cabin L306, which we're in and have been in for 4 weeks. That piano sits directly above the bed in the room below. The sound from that gets into the aircon and comes out like a loudspeaker through the outlet. For 3 weeks we've been subjected to the crew doing practice sessions, the talent show contest being practiced here, opera singers and their player, the passengers, and we asked for the piano to be locked, but it's got no lock on it. We asked for a notice to be put on it. The notice was put on it that they could play for 13 hours a day, which encouraged a bit more playing. Eventually this notice was put on there telling people not to use it. That it still continued, with some passengers taking notice off and just carrying on playing anyway. The end result was on day 23 of a 28-day cruise. I came up here and told somebody to get out of the room and pushed them out the door. I went down and told the reception that I'd thrown another passenger out the room, and it seemed to be perfectly acceptable to do that, so I told them that's what I'd continue to do, push passengers out the room. While I pushed him out the room, there was a member of crew watching me do it. So the customer services here are pretty poor. I was offered £15 meal voucher for the ruined holiday. Within a couple of days that went up to £200 in credit. So we had to buy things from the shop. My other video will just demonstrate the cabin we were in, which is now silent. There's nobody here now. They seem to have locked it up a bit better. This door cannot be locked, so the passengers were just walking through that barrier, climbing underneath and getting in to play it, even though the main door there was locked. To get out, they unlocked the main door and just left it open for everybody else, so it just got worse and worse throughout the day. I'm going to take this up with P&O when we get back in a couple of days. You know, there's been a 28-day cruise to the Caribbean and back. Passengers were a bit bored, so they started playing the piano. It was interesting to see, though, that the customer services and the crew accept that passengers can play this very expensive white piano, and one child, about 9, he found it very interesting to put the chair in front of it and bounce up and down with it with his shoes on. And so it's not going to last too long, I shouldn't imagine, but customer services were unable to stop anything or resolve anything. It ended up with me doing it myself and physically throwing passengers out without touching them, just ordering them out of the room. Right, that's enough.